want to become a bodybuilder. You started the gym for the aesthetics but fell in love with it. You did your giveaway for followers. Hi guys, it's Lily, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm going to be answering your assumptions about me. I asked them over on my Instagram and I'm going to kind of reply in like a true or false thing. You might have seen a few people doing this. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. They tend to be more fitness related just because that's kind of the nature of my content, what I produce. So yeah, stay tuned if you're interested to hear my answers to these assumptions. The first assumption, starting off nice and simple, you are American. False. If you can't tell already, I am very much British, okay? I am not American. Yeah, that one's, there's not really much to talk about, it's just a simple false. I'm not American, I am British. The next assumption was you want to study sports science at uni. True. This is probably my go-to course, but it requires the highest grades, so we'll see how it goes, especially with COVID and who even knows. I always feel like it's good to have your mind set on something you want to do because it helps you really focus your mind towards that goal. Specifically I want to do one with the placement year if possible, because placement years I just think are so cool, and kind of the nature of the industry, you really need that practical first-hand experience in order to help you. Other options for me are sport psychology, sport and exercise physiology, just along the sporting lines. I'm doing a bit more research into uni courses, but I am only 17 at the moment, so I've got time to kind of figure out what I want to do. But yeah, that is kind of true, that's what I want to do at uni. The next assumption is Gymshark is your favourite brand. Now this is very much true, although I'm not actually wearing a Gymshark today, which is a surprise because I always wear Gymshark. Yeah, they're my favourite brand. I not only love their clothing, but I also love the whole community that they build and their like morals and what they believe in. I just think it's really good. Also, their customer service is just amazing. Obviously they're a bit on the pricey side, and I understand for everyone that's not ideal, but Depop, like vintage places like that, great places for secondhand Gymshark items. I know when there's something that's out of stock on the Gymshark website, I head over to Depop and get a few bits from there, and it's just great. Even I've sold bits of mine which I don't wear anymore on Depop, but yeah, Gymshark overall, I love them, man. Yeah, I think everyone knows that I like Gymshark. If you follow me on your socials, it's definitely not a hidden fact. They are, yeah, my favourite. So the next assumption was you prefer to train legs. This is true. I do love a good leg day. I think it depends on how I'm feeling and whether I'm at home or at the gym. At home I prefer training legs because I find it so much easier, but there's certain exercises, especially back. I love training back. I don't know what it is, but yeah, leg day probably is my favourite. Other than the DOMs afterwards, they're not fun. Not really. But because of my knee, if you don't know, I've got a bad knee. Well, I've had a bad knee for ages, but you know, leg day, it feels more beneficial to me, and I definitely see the most progress in my legs, I think, because I do focus on them more. But I'm definitely not that girl that only trains lower body. I do have upper body days and I do love my upper body, but lower body's got to be my favourite. But fun fact, I don't like squats. I just can't. Barbell, I can't do them. I don't know, I just don't like the feeling of the barbell on my back, and when I go down it really hurts, and I've tried working on my form, they're just not gelling for me. So I'm obviously going to try again when the gyms reopen, but yeah, they're not really my vibe, squats. They're not. This next assumption is that you are really clever. True and false. I think it's hard to distinguish what clever means, who you're comparing yourself to as being clever. I guess you could say because I go to a grammar school, which means I had to pass a specific test to get there, that I'm classified as clever. And I think in terms of my Instagram it might come across that way because I only put out information which I've researched and that I know is factually correct. I would never put out something which is just point blank wrong, so I feel like that could be why I'm seen to be clever, just because I use correct information. But it all really depends on you as a person and what you deem to be clever. Thanks for the compliment though, I'll take it that you think I'm clever, but yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. You want to become a bodybuilder. This is false. I have absolutely nothing against bodybuilders. I just personally don't particularly, I wouldn't enjoy that aesthetic on me. I kind of do fitness more for the physical side, and this comes into another question later, and obviously the aesthetics come with it, but in terms of bodybuilding, it's not my cup of tea. I applaud everyone that does it. I think it's bloody amazing, but I don't really feel like it. So that links nicely to this next question, which is, you started the gym for the aesthetics but fell in love with it. This is half true, half false. As I mentioned earlier, I have a bad knee, so realistically I started the gym to improve my knee, and obviously I was 15 when I started the gym, and kind of at that age you are thinking about the aesthetics. You're thinking, oh, I want to look like this, I want to look like that, and it definitely plays a big part in it. I think the whole bettering yourself and looking good, it is a benefit of the gym, and I've definitely seen the progress it's helped. I'm actually not speaking English today. The progress it's made within my body, and yeah, I just fall in love with it. I didn't necessarily start the gym for the aesthetics. I think everyone who's been through a gym journey will kind of agree with me that there are moments where you're like, I'm not seeing progress, I'm not doing this, why am I doing this anymore? But I think now for me, it's more for the feeling I get after working out, in the sense of drive and pushing myself, and a sense of purpose that I have when I'm at the gym, and kind of that I can work towards these PBs, and also I can help people, because if I only cared about the aesthetics, I wouldn't have this whole fitness platform, because I'll just be telling people, yeah, do this to make your bum bigger. But it's more about what's behind fitness and how to get into that healthy mindset when you're in the gym, about bettering yourself rather than just focusing on the physical appearances. I mean, if you go to the gym for physical appearance, fair enough. I think that's why quite a lot of people go, and it definitely does help. And also, I feel like if you go for the physical appearances and you also get the mental benefits, that's a win-win really, in my eyes. You did your giveaway for followers. False. No, I did not. Obviously giveaways come with followers, but that was not my reason behind it. I wanted to do my giveaway. So if you don't know, I'm doing a giveaway on Instagram at the moment. You can go and enter to win a £25 Gymshark voucher. I did this solely because I wanted to give back to all my supporters for giving me 5,000 followers, because it's just an insane milestone. Like I still can't really believe I've got like 5,000 people who follow me and watch me. But yeah, I did it to give back to people, because I understand that not everyone can afford stuff like Gymshark, especially as it's quite pricey. And I know 25's not a lot, but I'm broke and that's all I could afford. But it's fine. But yeah, no, definitely wasn't for followers. It was just to give back, because I'm so thankful. You prefer TikTok to Instagram? It's probably true, because it's easier to go through it. I just almost prefer the layout. It's very different to Instagram, I will say that. People think they're quite similar, but there is a lot of differences. It's also better in terms of growth. Your videos get shown to more people, and obviously it's not all about growth, but the more people that find my accounts, the more people I can help, which is a massive benefit, and it's good for that. Also, I quite like the content. I find it quite funny. It's different to Instagram in terms of content, because in Instagram I do long lengthy captions about how to like improve your lifestyle and all that, whereas TikTok I'll make more funny videos. So it's very different. I like them both individually. But yeah, probably prefer TikTok. I definitely spend more time on TikTok, that's for sure. But yeah, probably. You are really confident. Again, this is similar to the whole whether I'm clever thing. It really depends. It depends what social situation I'm in. I feel like I come across confident on Instagram, because in social media you kind of have to come across as a confident person. And I would say I'm confident in day-to-day life. Like, I will go up and talk to people. I'm not scared to like do public speaking. I would say I'm a very confident person. However, when you are confident, it can get knocked, and if your confidence gets knocked, then that's not ideal, and that does sometimes happen. But yeah, confidence again is a tricky one. I think I would say I'm quite confident. I mean, the fact I'm literally sat here in front of a camera putting this on YouTube, I know a lot of people that wouldn't do that, but my Instagram account has brought me so much confidence. Honestly, I don't think you guys understand. Like, I get a lot of messages from girls saying, I really want to start an Instagram account, but I haven't got the confidence. That was me. If you go right back down to my first ever Instagram post, I say, I'm not filming videos because I'm not confident. Next week I film videos, and I know people around me have said how much my confidence has grown since Instagram. It's crazy what it can do for you. I also was so worried, in terms of like the Instagram account, I was so worried that people were going to hate on it, that they were going to just talk about me, but I've received nothing but love from my friends, which I was expecting a lot worse, and even from like my family and all of that, I was expecting people to be really against it and kind of be like, oh, why are you doing that, it's not going to get anywhere. But everyone's just been super supportive, which I think has really helped me to boost my confidence in terms of this. And gym confidence, it's just about getting used to going there. Like, everyone does get gym anxiety, even I do still, like going into the weights area when I'm the only girl. It's a very daunting experience, a very intimidating experience, but the more you go with practice and the more you realise everyone's there to better themselves, no one's looking at you, you'll get there. You are strong-willed and determined. I want to say I am. I think I'm quite an ambitious person. I know what I want to do. I'm very determined to get where I want to be in life. If I've got my mind set on something, it's happening, or I just won't. It makes me really anxious, which is not always a positive thing. But I think it is a positive thing being strong-willed and determined, because it means I don't give up easily. I keep pushing, even if, like, I know in coronavirus, a lot of people when they apply to uni are going to be like, I couldn't do work experience because of coronavirus. I've found ways around that. I've done online courses, I've done more things. I've like my Instagram to help me get there, rather than just sitting back and be like, oh well, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to do whatever I can to be where I want to be in life. And again, it has its pros and cons, but I definitely would say that I'm strong-willed and determined. So I'm going to go ahead and end that video here. I'm not 100% sure how long it was, how enjoyable it was, but there's a bit about me. There's a bit of the assumptions you thought of me. I think the majority of them were true. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out my socials and enter my giveaway on Instagram if you haven't already. A chance to win Gymshark gift card. Who doesn't want that? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. It would mean so much to me, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!